when we engage in self-inquiry, the truth of who you are is closer than anything the mind might be looking for. We really can sum up this entire practice, as just letting everything be as it is. And the egoic mind is simply resistance to what is. So that resistance really has two main knots, you could say, that tie the sense of I to the ego. These two main knots are the body first wants comfort, and the mind always wants to know. The body wants comfort, and the mind always wants to know. So the body is always in this pattern of craving and aversion, wanting pleasure, avoiding pain, this pleasure principle. So as we go into the practice part of this session, we're going to be just observing that tendency of the mind to go after pleasure and to avoid pain. And we're going to observe the mind's tendency to want to know or to continue its pattern of controlling all the things that the mind does, the perceiving, the labeling, conceptualizing, analyzing, all of that thinking. So these are the two knots that bind us to the ego, and we're just going to observe them. We're not going to try and change anything. If we were to try and push away these patterns, then that would just be another form of resistance to what is. So if I try to get rid of my thoughts or try to get rid of anything that is arising within the self structure, that's just another thought. That's just another habit pattern of the mind to push away what is. So we're purely going to be in an investigation here, and just noticing what is in play. So we may, when we're just allowing everything to be as it is, the conditioned mind may be going beyond its usual comfort zone, and may be going beyond what is known. So we just allow that. We just allow and just remain choicelessly aware. So, Krishnamurti said to be choicelessly aware without the analytical mind is the highest intelligence. So if we're experiencing this moment through what is known, through the memory, through the analytical mind, then we only see through the filter of the past. But if we can be here in this moment now, unmediated by that conditioned mind, just choicelessly aware. This is what Krishnamurti calls the highest intelligence. So that sense of I flips from this conditioned self that is engaged with these preferences and these wantings, these knowings, to this pure awareness that is just here now, just observing without the past. This is really the essence of what all the great teachers teach. Socrates said, I only know that I don't know. So it's a coming into this present moment without the past, seeing everything new with new eyes. Jesus in the Bible said we have to become like little children to enter the kingdom of heaven. And this is what he's talking about. Little kids aren't analyzing the moment. They're not filtering through this whole conceptual apparatus. They're just here. They're just directly experiencing. So I'm going to start the practice part of this session, and we can engage in this with either eyes open or eyes closed. I would suggest if you're feeling tired, then maybe keep your eyes open. We want to be here now. We want to be fully engaged in this moment. We just want to observe what's happening in this moment. Just letting everything be as it is in this moment. Intend to directly experience who you are. So that means not via the mind. You can get a sense of your beingness in this moment, or you could say your I amness in this moment. And this I amness was here when you were a little child, the sense that you exist, the sense that I am, was there when you were a teenager. It was there yesterday, this morning. This I amness will be there the moment of death. So everything that you're perceiving, everything within the self-structure is changing. This body, this avatar is changing. The phenomena is changing. But this I amness is the one thing that doesn't change. Doesn't really have any quality other than the sense that you are aware. When we engage in self-inquiry, the truth of who you are is closer than anything the mind might be looking for. You already are, but awareness is already present. It's only our tendency or habit pattern of using the mind that actually obscures the truth. So we can drop this searching in the mind. So this part of the self-inquiry doesn't require the mind to do anything. This direct inquiry. Find out directly who you are without looking to your memory, your beliefs, without looking to the mind at all. Another way that some people are able to tune in or wake up to awareness is through understanding that consciousness is just here in this avatar. And it's kind of like being in a VR game. If you go into a VR game, all the phenomena is changing. This whole world is presenting itself. There can be all different characters or avatars in the VR game. but yet there's a consciousness that is aware of the experience. So who or what is the one aware of this experience? What is this awareness? Can you directly experience yourself as that?